Alright, everybody. I saw this article in my Twitter feed a while back from Christina Hoff Summers. I haven't read this. This is probably like 2 weeks ago or so. But I have not read this yet. And I just read the title and went, yep, saving this. This is gonna talk about that. Oops. There's only dragon shit here. Okay, so let's just look at this. The University of Texas to treat masculinity as a mental health issue. Yeah. You know what? Let's just read this. See where this goes. The Counseling and Mental Health Center at the University of Texas at Austin recently launched a new program to help male students take control over their gender identity and develop a healthy sense of masculinity. Okay. Taking control over your gender identity. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. Largely because psycho-feminists are running around trying to say everything masculine is horrible and evil. Somehow. So that part's not necessarily a bad thing. But that develop a healthy sense of masculinity, I question that one. But it's like, hey, healthy, good masculinity. Okay, well, it's talking about the positive aspects of masculinity. That's what a normal person would think. That's what I'm hoping is. I'm hoping I'm wrong about this article and that it doesn't go south rapidly. Hoping this stays okay, but I don't think so. We're gonna find out. Treating masculinity as if it were a mental health crisis, Masculine UT is organized by the school's counseling staff and most recently organized a poster series encouraging students to develop a healthy model of masculinity. The program is predicated on a critique of so-called restrictive masculinity. Men, the program argues, suffer when they are told to act like a man or when they are encouraged to fulfill traditional gender roles such as being successful or the breadwinner. I gotta say, I am so far enjoying this. This is not going horribly wrong. This is actually sounding like this is going okay. It's just this title's kind of making me panic a little. So this is okay. It's like, hey, stop telling guys to act like a man. Good. I like that. I fucking hate that. I hate this sentence, or this statement. This fucking statement here is retarded. Hey, you're depressed, or you fucking feel really shitty. Just suck. Just man up. Just man the fuck up. So, don't have emotions. Yeah, that's real healthy. But no, this is so far going well. I'm happy to say this. Let's get that a little more there. Though you might enjoy taking care of people or being active, Masculine UT warns that many of these attributes are actually dangerous. Okay, here we go. Now we're starting to slide. Claiming that traditional ideas of masculinity place men into rigid or restrictive boxes which prevent them from developing their emotional maturity. Okay. Taking care of people or being, quote, active. Okay, well, I'm not sure what the hell that... This I understand. I can get this one. The fuck is this mean? I don't... Like, it doesn't even make sense in context. I don't know what they're talking about. But they're actually dangerous. Okay. Which is weird. I can agree with this, that the traditional ideas of masculinity place men into really rigid boxes. Like, you're kind of stuck. Though, again, this could have been solved quite some fucking... Like, this could have been solved... I'm just gonna go on a bit of a tangent here. This could have been solved back in the fucking 90s. Like, if you remember those commercials about what is it? It was the, I distinctly remember the commercial. It was a dad and a daughter on the beach, and she asked him why the sky was blue. Now, she's like 4 or 5. She's pretty young. And he just goes, well, it's to match your pretty eyes. And she goes, no. And then she goes and gives him the actual reason, which is something to do with color wavelengths, and blue being the shortest wavelength, so it's amplified more. Remember vaguely. And he goes, who told you that? And she went, Mommy. I like that commercial, actually. He's not being shown as dumb. He's just going, hey, my daughter's 5. I'll give her a simple answer, right? And her mom went and actually explained how the hell this whole thing works. And she's like, okay. And he's like, oh, that's awesome. And then she goes and asks another question, and as they're walking down the beach, I don't remember what it is, and he goes, well, why don't you tell me? That's good. I like that. That was nice. When that was going on and saying, hey, girls, you can go be scientists. You can go into STEM and do all that cool shit. Great. That was wonderful. I have no problem with that. In the 90s, when that was going on, they could have went with guys and go, hey, guys, you can go be a teacher. You know, you can go mentor young men and go help them and do things. And you can go be a nurse. There's nothing unmanly about being a nurse. I actually remember from several years ago, there was a commercial about, there was actually a commercial that was, I guess, seemingly trying to get more male nurses. It was a nursing commercial, and it was a guy nurse, big, you know, he got a beard and everything, and he's bandaging up, I think it was a kid, and he's just sitting there, just bandaging him up, you know, talking softly to him, he's just going, he's just saying random shit, he's just talking, bandaging them up so they feel better, and I think it said, it was basically just something about, like, taking care of people it was trying to just say that, you know, it's not, while explicitly stating that being a nurse is unmanly, it was more of just saying, hey, it's a good thing to do, we need them, it's great. And I completely agree. Yeah, let's get more male fucking nurses. I've actually talked to people in the nursing industry and whatnot. Actual hospitals want more male nurses because they put them in the ER. Because when the ambulance rolls up, they were like, okay, grab them. They want bigger people. They actually want some big dudes who can lift people because they just lift them up, put them on the gurney, and move. Just get moving. And you get paid good fucking money for that. So, any guys who happen to like, you know, medical stuff but don't want to go be a full doctor, you might want to check out being an ER nurse. I hear the pay is excellent. But there's my random tangent on this one, because I agree with the general sentiment. The emotional maturity thing. I kind of agree with what they're saying there. Prevent you from developing emotional maturity. I kind of agree, but I think it's more of it kind of forces men to not be as emotive as they could be. Yeah, I kind of agree here. Sort of, but the men aren't super emotive as like a long-standing evolutionary thing, because it's, you know, stoicism was a good thing. Being stoic is good. But the thing about being stoic is you still deal with the emotion. You're not being stoic. You're not bottling them up. You're dealing with them in a healthy way. This is why Victorian houses had a growling room. It's an actual thing. I shit you not. You should go look that shit up. They had a room where a man could just kind of go be angry for a while. So that's just him just working through all of his emotions. He's just going to go hang out in the room for like an hour, just calm the fuck down, and then he's going to go back out and go back to his family and be like, all right, I'm good now. That's how guys generally deal with their emotions. They just kind of go off to the, quote, man cave or wherever, and they just kind of, you know, just sort it all out in their own head and then come back out. The problem is I don't think... I get what they're saying, because it's like, oh, it seems like men are having so many problems. And I kind of agree. You know, men should be able to talk about it. That's part of the problem, is men, if they can't solve it themselves, men would prefer to solve it themselves as a general rule. But when they can't, they don't have anywhere to go. There's not a whole lot of help. And I'm hoping that's what they're doing here, is just going, hey guys, no, there's places you can go to for help. We'll help you out here. Let's go with this right here. Let's continue, instead of me wandering off on my own tangents. If you are a male student at UT reading this right now, we hope that learning about this helps you not feel guilty about having participated in these definitions of masculinity, and instead feel empowered to break the cycle. I'm not liking where this is going so far, but let's, you know, again, I will withhold judgment. The program is currently without leadership, but not for long. The school is in the process of hiring a healthy masculinity coordinator to run the program, and a school official tells PJ Media that some hopeful hires are interviewing for the position later this week. While many schools now have similar programs, this appears to be the first run directly out of a counseling and mental health center. Though the school seems to justify this by claiming that masculinity can cause men to lash out at other people and themselves, the school did not respond to requests for comment to clarify. There is no evidence that masculinity itself contributes to violence. Universities that run similar programs, such as the UNC, Chapel Hill, and Northwestern, have admitted that the programming isn't supported by any evidence. See, there it is. This is where I'm going. Like, right there, they're going, oh, it makes men lash out. That's because men generally, when they get, emotions, they don't like, like you get really sad or you feel helpless or something, men typically convert that to anger. I don't know why. You can call that one social or something, but that's kind of universal, actually. I'm not even kidding. That one's like a universal human thing, where I'm just thinking men are kind of wired to handle anger a bit better as far as the less appealing emotions, because they can channel that into something. Whether it's punching a boxing bag or anything like that. You now have something to help you get over this. Yeah, I don't know. This really depends on how this could go. I mean, it's not backed by any evidence, though. That's the problem. They're just going, oh, masculinity can make them lash out more. Maybe verbally. I mean, men, I don't know. That just... It seems like they want to do a good thing, but I'm just really doubtful about how they're doing it. I mean, seriously, just go make a men's center. Honest to God, just make a fucking men's center. Here, this like couple of rooms. You don't even need a whole center. Seriously, give men a couple of rooms where they can just walk in and then just bitch for a while. That's what bars are for. I'm not even joking. That's like if you were to go to like an old men's club, like go talk to guys who were in like fraternities and there's like a fraternity bar where you have to be an actual member to go into. And I'm not talking like college frats. I'm talking like, like lodges from back in the day. Like, have you ever watched Happy Days? The dad, I can't remember his name offhand, and I'm going to get yelled at in the comments for that. He was in a lodge. Well, the guys would go, back when those were big, they'd go do their fundraising and stuff, and the women would have their own lodge or women's club or something. And that's fine. I actually highly recommend those. I think those are good for everyone involved. Women can go have their women time, guys can go have guy time, and everyone's happier for it, in my opinion. For whatever the fuck that counts for. But the guys would, when they needed to deal with shit, they just kind of have just a bitch fest. They just sit there at the bar and then just bitch about something for a while. Just, go on an angry ass rant for like 10, 15 minutes. It's kind of what I do in here. I just kind of let hell fly and I feel better afterwards. Because you just gotta sometimes just sit there and just get it all out of your system. And then you're fine. And then sometimes guys go, hey, I actually have a solution that might fix this problem. Because that's generally what guys want. They want to be able to fix it. But then there's times where they just really need to just explode a little. And that's what those were for. Groups of men do that. They just, nope, get it out. Just go. And I think a men's center would help for that. Because sometimes men just need to talk. They don't need anything more complicated than that. They just need somewhere to sit down in a fucking couch. And, like this thing says here, safe spaces for men. It's what they need. Can I just go in this room and then just bitch to somebody for a while? Yeah, sure. Wonderful. I think that would be greatly helpful. I think this is, even if this isn't as bad as I think this is going to be, I'm thinking this is just, I think you're just overcomplicating it. You're overcomplicating something that should be very simple. Whatever. Tell me what you guys think about this in the comments. Remember to like, share, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. Check me out on Minds. Go to BitchShoot. Go all over the place. Don't forget, I also play games on Twitch every Thursday, and probably starting on Saturday again with Minecraft. All right, everybody. Peace out.